Hi, I'm Patrick, 31, and 3 months ago I thought I was going to be a dad with the woman I loved. Today, I share custody of my daughter, have a restraining order level boundary with my ex, and I'm the proud owner of the pettiest Venmo history this side of TikTok. Let me paint the scene. I'm sitting in the waiting room of the Ob-gyn office, thumbing through a 6-month-old Parenting Today magazine, waiting for my girlfriend Jessica, 29, jobless, allegedly carrying our child, to finish up her first prenatal consult. She's 10 feet away, through a glass door, texting. I get a buzz on my phone. Been thinking. When baby comes, putting Trevor's name on birth certificate. It's easier for insurance and stuff. You understand, right? We know the truth. That's what matters. Trevor. Her ex. The same guy she swore she hadn't spoken to in a year. I reread the text 3 times. My brain did that buffering thing old computers used to do. I look up. She's smiling at her phone like she just won a free latte, gives me a thumbs up through the glass like I agreed to pick up toothpaste. I text back one word. Okay. She beams. Like I just validated her entire scheme. The nurse calls her in. I don't move. I just sit there. Then I walk out, past the receptionist, past the wall of baby bump silhouettes, straight into my car, where I sit and stare for 20 minutes, watching a squirrel eat a granola bar in the parking lot with more moral clarity than I've seen in weeks. Then I called Alex. Alex is a paralegal and a sucker for good gossip. I ask, hypothetically, what happens if someone puts another man's name on a birth certificate knowing it's not true? He pauses. That's paternity fraud. Like, actual criminal fraud. Financial damages, emotional distress, potential jail time. Hypothetically. I say again. You okay, dude? Never better. Next, I make 3 calls. Landlord. Month-to-month lease. I give notice. Totally legal. Google. Well, technically social media sleuthing. I find Trevor. Married. 2 years. His latest post? Can't wait to start a family with my amazing wife. The final boss move, I screenshot Jessica's text. I email it to Trevor from a new Gmail account with the subject line. Congratulations, you're going to be a dad. Attached is her actual message and a note. She says it's easier this way. Good luck. Then I order a congratulations gift basket to his office. Diapers. Chocolates. A stuffed giraffe. Card reads. Can't wait for you to be involved, Jessica and baby. I know. Petty. But satisfying? Like microwave mac and cheese at 2 a.m. When Jessica came home that evening, I was already packing my stuff. She walks in, completely casual. Hey babe, sorry you had to leave. Everything okay? Yeah. I say. Just remembered I had a thing. She didn't even blink. Spent the whole evening brainstorming baby names. I nodded, smiled, mentally calculating what I could fit in my car. Her phone started blowing up around 10 p.m. Buzz. 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 A call. Another. A third. She frowned. Answered one. Put it on speaker. It was Trevor. And boy oh boy. Trevor's voice came through the speaker like a detonation. What the hell, Jessica? What baby? What birth certificate? What is going on? Jessica scrambled, fumbling her phone like she just realized it was connected to a lie detector. Trevor, it's not what you think. Don't lie to me. Someone emailed me a screenshot of your text. Monica's losing her mind. She thinks I cheated. You told her you were putting my name on a birth certificate. Are you insane? There was a pause, tiny, tense, nuclear. Jessica said too calmly. It's just for insurance. You have great coverage and... Are you out of your mind? That's fraud, Jessica. That's illegal. And I'm married. Why would you even think this was okay? I thought you wouldn't mind. You wouldn't even have to do anything. It's just paperwork. Trevor hung up. Jessica stood there blinking like a kicked Roomba. She turned to me. Did you send that text to Trevor? I looked up from the duffel bag I was loading. What text? Don't play stupid. Our private conversation. You mean the one where you commit felony fraud in writing? That private conversation? It's not fraud, it's just... She trailed off, As if the right euphemism would suddenly present itself like a salvation coupon. Just paperwork. I offered. She actually nodded. Jess had the audacity to act offended, like I tattled on her secret Santa plans instead of her plan to baby trap her ex and bankrupt his marriage for a copay discount. She kept going, doubling down like a drunk poker player. Your insurance sucks. Trevor's doesn't. I'm just trying to do what's best for the baby. I stared at her. So you decided that what's best was fraud, involving an unwilling married man, and cutting me out of my own child's legal identity? She rolled her eyes. You're being dramatic. No. A real dramatic moment would have involved fireworks and me flipping over the kitchen table. Instead, I grabbed my gaming console, my air fryer, and my self-respect. The next morning, her phone rang while she was in the shower. Caller ID Monica. I didn't answer. But she played the voicemail later, volume up, Bluetooth speaker connected. Monica's voice? Ice-cold legal fury. Trevor told me everything. If you put his name on any document, I will sue you into oblivion. I'm a lawyer. That's fraud. Stay away from my husband or I'll end you in court. Jessica screamed from the bathroom. Oh my God, she's so dramatic. Said the woman who tried to falsify a government document. She packed a bag and left to stay at her mom's until things calmed down. And by calm down, she meant until people forgot she tried to commit fraud by proxy. 20 minutes later, I got a text from her mom, Diane. How dare you stress out my pregnant daughter? She's fragile right now. I responded. Your daughter attempted paternity fraud. That's a felony. Diane. She was confused. It's the hormones. Hormones. That was the play. Next day, I took PTO. Moved out. Took everything I owned. Left her the IKEA shelves and broken fan. Left a sticky note. Lease ends in 30 days. Maybe Trevor's insurance can cover the rent. Then the real storm began. You want to see her go full Jerry Springer? It started with a text storm. Then came a Category 5 meltdown. Jessica came back to the apartment that night and walked into what looked like the aftermath of a divorce-themed garage sale. Half the furniture gone. TV gone. My clothes? Gone. Coffee maker gone. Gaming setup gone. Left behind? The couch she picked from Craigslist that smelled faintly of betrayal and wet dog. The text started like a slow drizzle. Where are you? Where's your stuff? The landlord says you ended the lease? You can't do this. I'm pregnant. Answer me. This is illegal. I'm calling the cops. Spoiler, she did call the cops. I got a call from a very exhausted-sounding officer later that night. Sir, did you vacate a shared apartment? Yes. Was the lease month to month? Yep. And you were on the lease? Sure was. Okay. She's upset, but it's a civil matter. Just keep all your documentation. Already have it in a color-coded folder, officer. Good man. But that was just Monday. By Tuesday, the family campaign had begun. First up, her sister Lauren. You need to man up and take care of your responsibilities. You mean the child she wanted to legally assign to another man for better deductibles? It was for insurance purposes. That's called fraud, Lauren. She's pregnant. You're abandoning her. I snapped. I'll take a paternity test the minute the baby's born. If it's mine, I'll be there. But I'm not staying with someone who treats felonies like budgeting tips. Click. Wednesday, her dad tried the calm male voice of reason approach. Son, I know Jessica made a mistake. She planned to lie on a government form and make another man financially responsible for a baby. That's not a mistake. That's a heist with paperwork. Can't you forgive her? For the baby's sake? I can co-parent. But I can't trust someone who smiled through a scheme like that. Meanwhile, in the other corner of this reality TV cage match, Monica had gone nuclear. She'd hired a lawyer and had a cease and desist letter sent to Jessica. Cease. And desist. Or see you in court. You'd think that would end it. It did not. Jessica, still thinking she was the misunderstood heroine of a lifetime drama, decided to message Trevor directly. Because what better way to smooth over legal threats than texting the married man you almost made legally liable for your child? Thanks to my new correspondence buddy Monica, we'd been emailing regularly, bonded over fraud trauma. I got the screenshots. Jessica. Hey. I'm sorry about the misunderstanding. Can we talk? Trevor. No. Don't contact me again. Jessica. It's not what you think. I just needed help with insurance. Trevor. That's fraud. My lawyer says further contact equals harassment. Jessica. Your wife made you get a lawyer? Controlling much? Trevor. My wife saved me from being baby-trapped by my crazy ex. I'm blocking you. Boom. But wait, it gets worse. Jessica then tried to spin this as her being the victim. Posted on Facebook. It's hard being a strong woman trying to do what's best for her baby and getting betrayed by the man you thought loved you. The comments? Delicious. Mutual friend. Didn't you try to put your ex's name on the birth certificate? Random girl from college. That's literally fraud, hun. Her cousin. Girl, delete this. You're embarrassing yourself. She deleted it within an hour. But the universe wasn't done yet. Jessica's mom called me, sobbing. Jessica's having complications from the stress. High blood pressure. It's dangerous. I said, maybe she shouldn't commit insurance fraud while pregnant. How can you be so cold? That's your baby? Maybe. But she tried to label it as someone else's, so honestly, I'm still waiting on the paperwork. The guilt trips kept coming, sad selfies, emotional voicemails, her holding her bump like she was auditioning for a Save the Drama for the Baby Mama remake. But me? I'd already lawyered up. If that baby was mine, I was going to fight for custody. Because the only thing Jessica was qualified to raise at that point was hell. 3 months later, I was sitting in the waiting room again, but this time not as a supportive partner. This time, I was a heavily caffeinated, emotionally exhausted maybe dad, accompanied by my lawyers, hospital rights, checklist and a court-approved paternity request. Jessica didn't want me in the delivery room. Fine by me. I wasn't trying to cut the cord, I was trying to cut the nonsense. I waited. And waited. Texted Monica for moral support, because yes, we're still on texting terms. She sent me a gif of Maury saying, "You are the father." Thanks, Monica. Eventually, a nurse came out holding a tiny pink bundle and a clipboard. Would you like to meet your daughter? Cue the adrenaline panic snot tears cocktail that no man wants to admit to experiencing. I held little Sophia for the first time and everything melted. It wasn't her fault her mom had the ethics of a coupon scammer. She looked up at me like, "Are you the one with snacks and cartoons?" Then came the swab. Hospital staff explained that I had every right to request a paternity test before signing anything. Jessica resisted, made a dramatic speech from her bed about betrayal, hormones, the divine feminine, yada yada. I just nodded and handed over the kit. 2 days later, results. Sophia was mine. And just like that, the world tilted. I had a daughter. A real, actual daughter. I wanted to hug her and punch a wall. Because Jessica had been ready to erase me from Sophia's legal existence for a better insurance card. But I'd come prepared. When I showed up to Jessica's hospital room to tell her the results, she looked at me like I was there with roses and a boombox. So, see? She's yours. We can put this all behind us now. Come home. Be a family. I laughed. Out loud. Long and disrespectful. Jessica, I'm filing for joint custody tomorrow morning. And I already found a daycare by my office. Her face morphed like she'd been rebooted mid-lie. You can't take my baby. I'm not. I'm asking for shared custody. That's literally fair. You abandoned me while I was pregnant. You tried to assign my child to your ex like a fake raffle prize. Then came the manipulation finale. She needs both parents together. I'm breastfeeding, she can't be away from me. You don't know anything about babies. I answered. We can co-parent. Pumping exists. YouTube exists. She screamed. I walked out. That week, my lawyer filed for joint legal and physical custody. Jessica filed back asking for full custody and supervised visits for me. Why? Because I abandoned her during pregnancy and was emotionally unstable. So we went to court. And oh boy, did she try to put on a show. Jessica arrived looking like a sad Victorian ghost. Soft voice. Tears. Claimed she feared for the baby's safety if Sophia spent time with someone so vindictive. Her lawyer accused me of desertion, manipulation, and, wait for it, emotional terrorism. Then my lawyer pulled out the receipts. The original Trevor birth certificate. Text. Screenshots of Jessica admitting it was just for insurance. The cease and desist letter from Monica's attorney. Statements from Trevor and Monica. Character references from my boss, neighbor, and the guy at my gym who's seen me cry to Encanto songs. Then the judge looked directly at Jessica and said, "Ma'am, did you actually plan to put another man's name on the birth certificate?" Jessica sniffled. I was confused. He held up the text printout. This says, and I quote, "putting Trevor's name. It's easier." Was that not your message? Jessica melted into full sobs. I didn't mean it like that. It was the hormones. Ma'am, attempting to falsify a birth certificate is a crime. And just like that, bam, ruling. Joint legal custody. Graduated physical custody, weekends, increasing to 50/50ths by 6 months. Mandatory counseling for Jessica. Zero tolerance for parental alienation. Jessica lost it. Started screaming that I was stealing her baby. That the judge was discriminating against mothers. Her mom had to physically drag her out. I stood in the hallway holding my court documents, and wondering how this all started because I thought I was going to be a dad. Now I was one. Just not the way I planned. Want to know what happened after the courthouse chaos? After the courthouse fiasco, Jessica entered her villain origin story phase. And like every chaotic neutral ex who's lost in family court, she doubled down on the one thing she had left: public perception. She went full PR mode on social media. A long-winded Facebook post with a grayscale photo of her and Sophia looking out a rainy window like they were filming a Coldplay music video. Being a single mother isn't easy. Especially when the man who promised forever abandons you during pregnancy, and then sues for custody just to punish you. But I will rise. For her. The comments were brutal. Cousin Maddie. You tried to put Trevor's name on the birth certificate though? Ex-coworker. Didn't you literally commit fraud? Some guy named Devin. I thought Jill broke up because she tried to baby trap her ex? She deleted it within 2 hours. Meanwhile, I was over here doing my own version of baby boot camp. First diaper change? Looked like someone dropped a pudding cup in a microwave. First bottle feeding? Sophia projectile sneezed formula into my left eye. I started keeping spare shirts in the car like I was Batman, but for spit up. And I loved it. I set up the nursery in my new apartment, went a little overboard with the pink, but the theme was Tiny Queen Energy. I took parenting classes. I bought baby-safe laundry detergent. I even learned the difference between a swaddle and a straitjacket barely. Jessica, on the other hand, spiraled. She couldn't handle the 50-50 idea. Not because she wanted full-time parenting, no. She just didn't want me to have it. So she filed another motion. She wanted to relocate to another state. For a fresh start. Claimed she needed to be near her mom, who lives in Ohio, and that I could visit when possible. My lawyer laughed out loud in the meeting. With her history, attempted paternity fraud, harassment, manipulation, no judge was going to let her move a newborn out of state. Denied. So Jessica pivoted. Started texting me sob stories. First it was, "I'm overwhelmed, can you help with groceries?" Then it was, "I need money for diapers," even though I already provided half and bought extras for my place. I gave in once. Just once. She asked if I could cover her electric bill. For Sophia's sake. I Venmo'd her $20 with the note. For Sophia's nightlight. She replied, "Wow. Pathetic." So I sent another $5 with the note. For tissues to dry your manipulative tears. She blocked me on Venmo. Worth it. Meanwhile, things with Monica and Trevor? Surprisingly chill. They actually sent me a "Congrats on Sophia" card, with a Starbucks gift card inside. Monica's note just said, "Glad we both dodged a bullet. And hey, your baby's really cute. Life's weird." Now I spend 3 days a week with Sophia. She giggles when I make fart noises with my arm. She falls asleep on my chest while I hum old Queen songs. Her favorite toy is a plush avocado named Guac. She doesn't care about custody battles or paternity tests. She just wants snuggles, bottles, and someone to kiss her head when she sneezes 5 times in a row like a squeaky toy. Jessica's still trying to spin the narrative that I'm some monster. Says I stole her baby. Says I weaponized the court system. She's even started calling herself a birth rights advocate. On TikTok. Has like 147 followers. But here's the kicker. A week ago, she texted me. I've been reflecting. I've grown. I think we owe it to Sophia to try again. For her. I responded with a screenshot of her original text, the one about putting Trevor's name on the birth certificate. She replied, "You're such an asshole." I didn't reply. Want to see how it ends? I wish I could say Jessica got her act together after that. That she showed up to co-parenting therapy with a notebook and an open heart. That she stopped weaponizing passive-aggressive baby pics on Instagram stories. But nah. The following month, I got an email from my lawyer. Jessica had filed to modify the custody agreement. She wanted full custody again, and this time, she claimed she was concerned for Sophia's emotional well-being in a home that lacks maternal stability. She also included a line about me prioritizing video games over parenting, which was rich considering I'd sold my Xbox to pay for a fancier car seat. She also argued that I was not emotionally supportive during her pregnancy. And I quote from the filing. He failed to provide Jessica with stability and emotional regulation during a time of hormonal upheaval. Hormonal upheaval. My lawyer replied with the legal equivalent of El Neo, try again. The judge denied the request without a hearing. Jessica's reaction? She posted a vague TikTok of herself crying with a Lana Del Rey song in the background. Caption: When the system protects abusers. Comments were off. That week she texted again. You're the reason I'm broke and alone. Do you even care what you've done to me? I replied. You tried to make another man financially responsible for my daughter. We're not the same. She didn't answer. But her mom did. She's struggling. Maybe you could help more. I Venmo'd $10 with the note. For a mirror. Blocked again. But here's the twist you didn't see coming. A few days ago, I got a call from a woman named Rachel. Said she was a paralegal working with Monica's firm. They're helping draft legislation for paternity fraud protection, based on real cases. Your situation, she said, is textbook. Would you be willing to talk to a journalist working on a piece for a parenting magazine? I laughed. Then said yes. Because if my chaos saga helps even one future dad dodge a Jessica-level life grenade, then sure, sign me up. Sophia's almost 4 months old now. She recognizes my voice. She coos when I read her books about dinosaurs and messy spaghetti eaters. She tries to chew on literally everything, including my nose. Her laugh? Top 3 best sounds I've ever heard. Ever. I've got a 1-bedroom apartment with a fully pinked-out nursery. I bought blackout curtains so she sleeps better. I started making her baby food from scratch, which is wild because I used to live off microwave burritos and Red Bull. Every time I pick her up, she flaps her arms like a baby penguin and makes this little hiccup noise like she's surprised I came back. I always will. Because the truth is, Jessica gave me the greatest gift wrapped in the worst possible packaging. And yeah, the gift basket for Trevor may have been petty. But Sophia? She's the only name that matters on any certificate.